these spikes or anything. Hello, Sarah Lee. I look like Patrick Bateman. Okay. I will take that as the mixed bag that it is. Basically, okay, I'll explain in a second. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. It was just my shower schedule got thrown off. So I was like, frick, might as well just do something silly today. Hello, YouTube. Yeah, go for it. Frick, that didn't work. Look, okay, so hang on, let's get OWCS pull up really fast here. I'll make sure the audio is reasonable. Is that good? Wait, why is it lagging? Okay, where's my headline? Basically, here's the thing. All right, it's not that deep. It's not that. I need to add the patch command. Actually, give me a second. Why do you look racist?
What?
Thank you, Vanilla. That's a Vanilla boy right there. My favorite Midwest moron. But I repeat myself. I'm gonna add the patch command because I know people are gonna ask.
What have you done with my
reaction to yesterday's? It's fine. Okay. Hang on, chat. Hang on. Look, this isn't the first time, guys. Come on. It's not the first time. Yes, I can see, no problem. We're blending. Hang on.
Sorry.
That's fine. We're just gonna wait here. Who is drilling into my walls? Okay, are we good?
I'm sorry.
Somebody asked who's drilling into your walls.
It's Venture.
It's Venture, right, guys? Okay, look. So, look, I always shower in the evening before I go to bed. You know, like I dry out my hair, and so then, you know, I shower in the morning, but I don't wash my hair. The problem is that I took a bath last night, so I didn't shower. I showered yesterday morning, and so basically I didn't get my hair wet. I probably should have. I just forgot, and so I woke up this morning. I'm like, you know, my schedule on Saturdays is like before every stream day is like really jam packed. I have to work out, I train, I read my messages, I check messages, and then I basically coach immediately, right? So it's like back to back to back to back to back. So I didn't have time to shower, so my hair would dry. So I was like, bro, my hair's gonna be sopping wet. I was like, all right, well, let's just do like the old slick back. I'll get the freaking hair product that Gabe made me buy like 6 months ago and use it for like the second time ever. And just because it's fun, you know, I don't give a frick, dude. Yes, no, I'm not testing the AI coaching for streams. When your mom wants you to look very handsome for the family photo shoot. Yeah, a little bit of that. Who's that guy from Arcane Silico? Wait, what is... That sounds familiar. Oh, no. Well, okay. Well, I guess we take what we can get.
I think that's what it is.
So, yeah. I mean, that's not the worst. I think that was one of my favorite characters, honestly, from Arcane, honestly. Gonna need you to come back a couple hours when normality is resumed. Dude, I freaking hate doing my hair like this. It's fun as like a change up, but I was talking with Pepper before he started. I was like, I don't think about my hair like almost at all. But when I do this, shut up. When I do this, I have to I sat there and worked on it for like a minute or two, you know, like I had to get the hair because it's like, otherwise it gets like really poofy and dries in the back because it's really thick and stuff. I don't really have the haircut to pull this off is the problem. It's like, it's long, but it's like, it's too thick back here to do it. No. I don't really have a haircut at all. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Dark Wizard here. Yeah. No, Vanilla. I'm going to leave that there just to bother you. Bro is a death wizard from Wizard 101. Why is the thing lagging here? Get a perm mullet. Soon as Villain Arc is going to start and he's going to try hunting Batman. What do you mean soon? Did you guys say Jake was doing Night Rain stuff? Dude, Jake is freaking everywhere. He's doing Night Rain. I saw he's been doing freaking Deadlock for a while. Obviously he did Rivals for a brief period of time. You guys play Night Rain? I'm doing a video on Night Rain. I finished the script. If you're a Patreon or a early release, subtle plug there, you know. I gave you guys the early access to the script before it's unedited. Look like my last name is Night Rain? Yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi? High school bully cut? Yeah. How's everyone's Saturday been? Hey, listen, I'll be a Preston as long as it's not a Tanner haircut. Ooh, I just realized this is really cool what they're doing here. Landon, Simple, Quartz, Psycho. Your Saturday was great till I tuned in. Thanks, Baggins. I love that from you. Baggins, how well do you know Age of Empires 2? Like the scene? I can't remember. I feel like we had this conversation, but I don't feel like we know it. No more drilling in the wall, yeah. What would be your draft team currently if Otis, Mr. Dark Wizard? I actually don't know. I mean, Landon's a no-brainer, but I'm so out of touch with EME, like OWCS. I really only watch on Saturdays. I feel like a lot of my opinions are very outdated. Like, I'd be like, Landon, Kevster, which I think are pretty safe bets, even if... I think even Kev is, like, still, like, I think the GOAT. Like, I still think it's the best. He's just team not great right now. But who did? Carrie. Oh, Carrie. Dude, can your wife stop texting my wife, Baggins, about my hair? Tell Carrie to control herself. Man. I'm never going to your wedding again. I hope you don't get married again. I'm not. If you and Carrie get married again, I'm not showing up. Noob level, but more than I did a year ago. I was just thinking, Baggins. I was talking. I don't know if you know who 290 is, dude. I have all these weird connections to the Age of Empires scene. We'll come to you. Okay. Okay. She says she won't control herself. That's okay. I would expect nothing less from Carrie. The bar is really, really freaking low. Even she can hurdle it. The hair is a Gavin haircut. Oh, Gavin. Gavin, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the name Gavin. I love Gavin Winter to death, but I don't like the name Gavin. No offense. I mean, I don't like my wife's name. I don't like my name, so no offense. What? Not mean. You don't like my name. Yeah, that's why she calls me Fats. Carrie knows T90? Okay. So tell Carrie that T90 follows me on Twitter. She followed me on Twitter a few weeks ago. So I have like your friend at the wedding who's like the caster. And then obviously the weird connection with Viper and his brother who I used to play with and played Overwatch with. And then freaking T90, I've got like all these weird, like small world things. Spyro will be the Elon Musk of fantasy Overwatch. Dude, I don't do fantasy Overwatch, man. I ain't got time for that, man. Dude, says Carrie. Yeah, man. Seriously. Miss Saturday's going well. Found out my dad forgot about me for a party he's throwing. I'm sorry. That sucks. He tells his friends to call Mikey. Yeah. My mom calls me Jake. Who else calls me Jake? You kind of call me Jake sometimes. Glad to have you here. Whoever got stood up for a party. Yeah, it's YouTube chat. Oh, Vestola. That's actually a good shout. Honestly, like Vestola, you just can't go wrong with Vestola as your all EMEA team. He might get outclassed in certain heroes depending on the meta, or he may not be the best tank at any point in time, but you can always consistent him being a consistent performer, I think, on just about any character. Like and like to be meta proof or whatever, or for like any extended period of time, I don't think you can go wrong with like Landon, Kev, Vestola. Yeah. Your parents call you Nana because they don't even have a better nickname for the name they picked. Yeah, frick those guys. Their choice. Like the main character from You. Wait, what's You? You movie main character. Wait, what? Or you TV series main character. I don't really see it. I offered to run you a fantasy account. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, honestly, it would be really funny, Sarah Lee, is just to you run the fantasy account and just pick like the most harebrained, insane things ever. Like the worst possibly run a fantasy account. And just either have like, that would be hilarious. At least it's better than a Trevor. Yeah. If you could pick any name for yourself, I don't really know, man. I actually don't know. Give me some suggestions. I'll grade them on a scale of 1 to 10. Virtus Pro. This will be a good game. Virtus Pro definitely the advantage here. No, not Tanner. Like, why is it always Tanner? No, not Tanner. No, not Tanner. See, that's the thing. No, we're not doing Tanner from high school. What did they do to you, my man? Okay, I see. Yeah, Freddy is no good. Yeah. Pretty good comps here. The Brig is going to allow for some leverage of that forward space, which is nice, because she can take the tank trade on that short angle. But obviously, it's a bit awkward with the Widow, because it's a little scary for the Brigitte to walk forward into that sightline. So I actually don't know. Maybe the Brigitte is going on the other flank. It also helps deal with the Tracer angle really well as well. So Virtus Pro will be able to control that space easier. I really do like Widow here. Useless. Cookie gets the pop. That's a good shot in Jwoo as well. Nicely done. So they get first cap, but the angle control, the pokey is really good. I'd say I'm giving Eustace like a 1 out of 10. All right. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'll move the cursor. Sorry, my bad. You're useless. Jwoo looking behind. Gonna be hard to connect with too much here if Widow's playing high grounds, and they know it as well. What's up, Wahurin? How are you, mate? Idiari takes top. Pylon's there. Still hunting that Tracer. Of course, mate. Of course. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Ken snatches Shockwave. There's the high ground rotation, but he's getting pincered from behind. It's just really, really, really hard here. And you could just feel like the Brigitte is like, I don't know. There's just a lot of verticality for the Widow to play around. There's just a lot of verticality even for the Yari to play around. This just feels like you're playing the map really, really well. And if you guys can perform, it feels good. You're Bully McGuire. Bruce Wayne. Bruce wouldn't be too bad. My father-in-law's named Bruce. I don't hate Bruce. Florence? No. I mean, Florence is better than Eustace. Yes, I noticed, Queen. Thank you. Actually, dude, the symbiote takes over Tobey Maguire. Oh, Bully Maguire. Yeah. Okay, I'm dumb. Okay, Vestola goes Diva to help contest high ground. I think the Diva swap's pretty good here. Gives you a little bit more verticality to contest space. You can off angle and point, harass the Widow. One of the weaknesses of EDRE BAP is they are a little bit more fragile. They can't pocket each other from range. So if there's any sort of isolation, oh dear, that's unfortunate. And he lands on the floor too. Yeah, that's it. They're gonna be able to retake this. They should anyway. Yeah, the swap's good. You can leverage, force your presence a little bit more. Curious if they swap Brig here. Okay, they go Sojourn retake, which I like. Yeah, so they go Brig. Yep. So this is good. This is okay for Peps. It's still hard to retake here, but you still have some ults to work with, and you did get a trade. Terry McGinnis. I think names that achieved. Yeah, I was saying vanilla. Everything is like a something den. N. Everything ends in N. Baden, Graydon, Snowden, Bowden, Joden, Jaden, Graydon, Hayden, Poopden, Scamden, Lambden, Groden, Jedediah over Logan. Yeah, case in point, right? Logan, Bowden, your mama. Brig was really late there. That really sucks. I don't know if there was like a miscommunication about how much give up space before, because like, they were really counting on that rally, and like they got freaking error. Yeah, this, I don't think this is me, right? I think this is the OWCS stream. Nicely done, Peps. Nicely done. Really playing the point well. Very, very, definitely a really well done set strat. I wouldn't say it's the most creative strat. You know, it's something that you probably, a lot of teams probably whip out there, but nicely done. Can't reach a thing on Trace and they all go top. Yeah, and it's really hard too, because on that particular point, normally you don't have to go high ground. You can just off angle or force objective on like the tank and crap, but like there's really nowhere you can go. Like Peps did a really good job of like Widow here, Yari here, you know, Orisa here. Like there was nowhere really that the Tracer could go without getting shot from multiple different positions. Thank you, Patty. I appreciate that. Give me an example, Vanilla. Are they going to do the point strat? No way. Yeah, they okay, no. More congested here. So Diva good. Brigitte good. Cass good. That's why you're seeing Cass here. It's kind of cool to see that teams are kind of moving a little bit away from the Freya. You know, it always takes time for the nerfs to kind of kick in, but I do think that the nerfs were significant. She still is probably very good on certain maps, but I would be surprised if she's objectively the best hero on every map, given how severe her nerfs were. I'm surprised we're not seeing more aggressive rotations from Cookie here. This seems like we'd finally rotate now, but like that didn't seem like the play there. Going inside that room is such bait. You get off angle from so many different angles. Why have you seen Tracer here and not Genji? It's a really good question. It might be that, I don't know, man. Like it's a good question. It might be that the verticality, like there are too many flyer situations. Like maybe it's too far for Genji to reach. But on the previous round, I do think Genji probably would have felt a little better there. So it might also be a hero pool thing. I'm honestly not too sure. But it's a great question. I think Genji would have been interesting to see in the previous round for Virtus. Zoning ult, that's fine. Gives the lamp out. They can disengage that. That isolates Ken for a long time, and then they get the trade. Freya got a lot of nerfs. Her scope, ability to hold scope for longer was nerfed. Her cooldown on each normal bullet was nerfed, so just normal pressure is nerfed. The cooldown on her dash was nerfed. The cooldown on her updraft was nerfed. So she received a lot of medium to minor nerfs, which added up. Peps is struggling to control space here. I've not liked how they all rotated top with the BAP window there. I did not like their positioning on the first point. So how impressively they set up space in the previous round. Like even this is just not good. This is just not good. This is just lazy Overwatch, frankly. Virtus Pro is not going to fall for this crap. Look at the crossfire they've got here. I just think BAP has benefited a lot from perks. I think he's also received a very significant buff with the perks, and he received a direct buff with his healing. So BAP has received a lot of buffs recently, and I also think that has a decent matchup with how the meta has shifted towards a little bit more poke characters. And then obviously with like the Life Weaver stuff, like that synergy was really, really good. where all the fragile aspects of VAP are kind of taken away. Dive just isn't super strong right now because Freya, prior to her nerfs anyway, was able to gatekeep a lot of dive comps. And so BAP's weaknesses are still there. He's still not a very good character. He's still very niche, but a lot of his weaknesses have been covered, and also he's been power crept significantly. Oh, I see what you're saying, Vanilla. But yeah, thanks for the sub, mate. BAP is just an example of a lot of different variables happening that eventually pushes a character into the limelight, right? He's benefited from his perks. His perks have consistently been buffed. His healing got buffed significantly. The meta shifted towards characters that were hostile to characters that were hostile versus him. And then finally, teams experimented with him on specific maps and specific comps that made sense, like the Lifeweaver stuff. People whip out the Lifeweaver. They play BAP with the Lifeweaver because they have, that's the Lifeweaver can pull the baby, right? And then all of a sudden they're like, wow, this character is actually pretty good. Maybe he's not always relying off of Lifeweaver, and then there you go. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure what the relegation situation is for Peps right now. But yeah, long story short is there's just a lot of variables that have come into play that have made BAP more viable. He's still a very, very flawed character. So he's still going to be incredibly situational over the course of a long period of time. Like right now he's good, but like he's not going to be a character like Tracer or whatever that's going to be consistently viable. I think that the perks have helped him a lot, but yeah, there's still a long way to go. Yeah, is Commander X on still on his honeymoon? I guess he is. Yeah, so let's look at the comps here. There's a lot of verticality here, but not as much as the previous map. So there's like more flexibility here. I don't know. I like both. It just comes to Peps wants to play their strengths, which is going to be the Adorissa cast, and then Virtus going to play Shockwave Diva. Like I think both can work. It's just going to come down to execution. Now, frankly, I'm going to give Virtus Pro the advantage here because I like their team better, and I also think based off the previous round, I think Peps just looked kind of lost how to take space with the splits. Because even though they're running the more shorter range heroes with like Cass and Orisa and stuff, you still need to be angling. You still need to be hitting hit squads with Cass Brig and controlling angles and surprises on the Freya, and they just did a really bad job of that in the previous round. Like it was just really poor. So I'm gonna have to sustain complete judgment here, but I'm not liking what's happening. Like they're rotating like they're playing Lucio stuff, which first off you wouldn't exactly do a full rotation all the time with Lucio or Juno, but it's just bad. Like they're doing it again. They're rotating basically as 5. And they have Ken on the angle, but like, it's so gross. Like, look, that right there is not how you play this comp. Look at that. They're having to use Rally just to rotate. Like, Virtus Pro is just completely rotating, angling. They're getting dunked on, man. I'm not liking this at all. Vistola gets punished for a little bit of greed. That's unfortunate. It's just like a very old school, myopic way of how to play this comp that hasn't been relevant in like 4 years. It's just really poor map control. Just terrible. This is really low-level Overwatch, I'm not going to lie with you guys, in terms of the way that they're playing, which is such a bummer because they played so well in Ruins. Like, there was some really nice setups there, but it's just like classic Overwatch where it's like, oh, we're on Brawl comp, so we stay together as a team. Just this is plat stuff, no offense. And these players are better than that, too. Like, Peps has got some talented players. Yeah, Virtus Pro is just dunking on him, so. Any aspects of coaching professional Overwatch that you miss? No, not really. I mean, frankly, no. I like competing, but I like competing. I've never really particularly enjoyed the competing coaching. I like competing, but I like competing myself. I don't get the, I got, coaching and winning, it definitely feels good, but if I'm going to enjoy high-level competition, then I'm going to be involved in it myself. I have always liked the relationship, the leadership, the mentorship, the teaching aspect of coaching more, and you don't need to coach teams to do that.
Yo Spillo, I've been doing a lot of
nice
self-reflection lately, and I feel like I've reached an eureka moment.
Good stuff, man.
Crossed that this is my ticket to champ.
Good luck, dude.
If it is, then our potential project might get even juicy.
All right, cheers, mate. I'm looking forward to it. I did not see Genji versus Alcad. Was it good? Would it be a coach thing? I mean, not necessarily. A lot of the, I mean, you look at this team. There's a lot of veterans here. Ken, Cookie, you guys may not be familiar with as much. I mean, some of you guys definitely, but they've been around for a long time. Like they've been around for 5 years or so. Obviously, FD God. So you know, there's a lot of player leadership and player choice. It could be a coaching thing, but it's really hard to say. They just didn't know how to play it. Alcad dunking and Gingy. Yeah, that's crazy. I gotta look at these rosters. Is Alcad, that's Landon's team, right? Or am I crazy? I might be crazy. They've been doing well, correct? Do Geek and Nightmare play each other today? Okay. Yeah. I mean, Landon's team's good. Yeah, Landon's team's good. Landon's a really smart player, too. He's a good teammate. Yeah, that seems like a really... Alcad's roster seems like a really good mixture of veteranship and new kids on the block. I'm not as familiar with Ziad, but from what I've seen, I think he's playing really well. I've heard some great things about his diva play. Checkmate, Landon, Kellex, veterans. Landon's probably really in his prime. Checkmate's probably past his prime, but not as if he can't recapture it. Kellex is a good veteran, and obviously he's on the skinniest role in all of Overwatch, and so even just having a good, solid player, when Kellex is that player, he's also a really good teammate. That's a huge advantage. Lebda seems like he's definitely kind of coming into his own as an actual hit scan player. Grim has a sticky note. Hi, buddy. I got my cat here. He's got a sticky note in his paw. That's crazy. 66 open queue is way easier to climb. Yep, way easier to climb. I don't know why. I think it's just because the smaller portion of players, but honestly, that doesn't even really hold up because the bell curve should still be the same. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. There's probably something to do with the way that the breakdowns of the ranks are or something, but without exception, 66 open queue is easier to climb with, but I honestly don't know why. I really don't know. My Chemical Romance hair, yeah. I have 2 hours of sleep under the bed right now because of how warm it is. That sucks. Who's Gingy's roster? Really, that's just so freaking good. Mm-hmm. Holy crap. Circuit Royale, we've seen this before from Peps. Yeah, that makes sense. There's some good players in that roster, obviously, but could just be a synergy thing. Could be a wash thing. Shave? Yeah, I need a shave. I did not try a different multi-stream setup this time because I think it was OBS. I realized after I ended stream on Thursday that I was having no internet issues with my gameplay, no latency, no nothing. And usually if I have an issue with bitrate, it shows a little bit in the latency in the game. But it started tanking, and I was in the middle of a ranked game, and it was fine. 45 latency or whatever, it was crazy. So it might have been Twitch. People were saying, I think it's Twitch. I was like, no, it's probably my internet. I think you guys are right. It was you? I knew it. Amari Pepper cameo? Hey, Grim. Oh. Yeah, I feel bad. We've had like 3 Amari Pepper cameos, and either they've been sleeping or you've been gone or whatever. Sure. Okay, Pepper will do a little dance in 10 minutes. Thank you, Etho. I'm glad you like the hair. Even with the hair, I did not expect such a bad haircut. Okay, there are two wolves. Yeah, Poke. If you sent me the other tool, I think I saw a DM from you. I'll look into it if I keep having issues. Peps is, man, I don't know what Peps is gonna run here. Peps likes this map because they pull out like some weird stuff with like Pharah and Lifeweaver and crap, but I'm curious to see if people have solved that or they have some other ways, but it's a good wild card map. It's just traditionally Circuit Royale is just a very strange map, so it's really good. Maz, a pilot, thank you for the raid, man. I appreciate it. Hope we get a good stream.
You know what this is?
Thank you very much. Hope you had a good stream, good day, and I appreciate the raid. Beware raiders, shield your eyes. Pretty honest, boring defensive comp for Virtus Pro. Just traditional speed ring stuff. They're going to mirror this. Really? Do you really want to... Do you have an advantage in the mirror here? I mean, they have scrim results that we don't have here. But man, this is... Freya's just nowhere to be seen. Yeah, the Winston was just goofing around in spawn. Yeah. Uh-oh. Bit rate 223. Okay, hang on. We got we have a problem here. 6:14:25, 2:23 p.m. EST. OBS red bar again. All right, we're gonna give it if it conks one more time. You guys still here? We 0 barred for a second. I'm gonna have to call Spectrum. Okay, thank you, Poke. I'm glad to know that. Speed ring opens up the angle at the same time. I'm really surprised to see that the Sojourn isn't deeping an angle there. I think the vast majority of your mouse one just neutral pressure comes from Sojourn primary fire. So the sooner you can get your Sojourn on a deeper angle on this particular point, the better. Juno for Juno, big torpedoes, that should be fine, yeah. Yeah, we summoned it into existence. No, it wasn't just you. You guys jinxed me. Cookie opens with the rail there, and that kind of opens it up. I'm going to eat a little bit of eggs here for a second here. A little bit of eggs. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not a false alarm, definitely. Kind of an awkward spot for Peps here. They might need to blow an ult, yeah. They pushed forward, and then, but the cart was too far back, so they weren't really in a position to take a 5v5, and then Virtus is like, all right, fine, we'll use ults on you. And so they use a lot of ult trades, but that was kind of sloppy from Peps. They pushed up as if they had more of a cart advantage than they did. It's difficult because you don't really want to take a fight on the slope, though, so I get it. But I wouldn't mind if they'd set up more aggressively and maybe use an ult first, just to try to hold that corner. BDXO, maybe. But being an analyst is really a full-time job, and it doesn't pay all that well. So I would... It's something I'd be open to, like, anecdotally on the side, but I don't think I'd really want to commit to it full-time, because I think you would need to commit to it full-time, and obviously it's something that I enjoy, but I enjoy situationally. It'd be a fun side project for giggles, you know? So I'd be down to do it for a match. I'd be down to do it for a series. I'd be down to do it here and there as a guest star, but doing it full-time is, I would rather do what I'm doing now, probably full-time. Because it pays about the same, you know? And it's work that I enjoy a little bit more. Swinging wide with Cookie, that's kind of what we wanted, but oh my days, that rail, or that Javelin. That's kind of what I wanted to see, though, from Cookie. It's a shame that he got Javelin. That's a great play from Vistola. Win cons. Just what space do you want to control, right? So you need to get your Sojourn on a deeper angle. So you can pressure backline easier. You can pressure tank easier. You can see the Sojourn's going to start swinging right here with the Brigitte pocket. And the Brigitte is kind of there to control the space on the Genji, because the Genji would otherwise contest that Sojourn. And then Vistola's kind of shoved into a locker. Vistola needs to use an ult to get out. Yeah, they're using an ult. There it is. Big torpedoes. Big torpedoes. That puts them on the back foot. He catches Brig, catches Genji. Oh, he's using the shield. Ooh. Have we seen this before, chat? I don't know that we have. It's actually pretty good here. It's actually pretty nice here. That might be fun to watch. Let's watch this, guys. Let's watch this. We actually get an Orisa shield perk here. On this particular situation, it seems okay. Yeah, so they're going to hold this angle here. They've got Blade on the corner plus Rally. They're going to go BAP, which allows for a little bit more shield pressure. There's just not as much speed, so there's not a lot of push-pull. But when you stand still, lot of damage. Maybe they look at the situation right now. They're like, we don't have a lot of push pull because we're kind of stuck in the corner anyway. So let's have the character with the higher damage, higher sustain. Shield is cool because we haven't seen it at this level before. Just because you have to lose javelin spin, which is your big push pull. There's the blade. Well done by Jwoo. Really well done. Lots of resources and gets his one. Big shield value there from Vistola. Allows him to hold that angle for a long time. But they do get a trade, so they're probably going to need to back up here. Zia did it earlier in a push map. Man, what push map would you like it on? Don't tell me. I could see it on Runasapi. I could see it on Esperanza. Watch it be one of the ones that's not there. Sojourn ult. Oh, wow. They connect. Maybe you just misclick? Yeah, maybe. There's a chance. I really don't think the shield thing is bad here on this particular situation, though. Prefer the messy here? All right. Why is Cookie on DPS? What do you mean Cookie's a DPS player? Cookie's hit scan. Yeah, they're not touching. Nice. It was Runasapi? Yeah. No, Cookie's a DPS player. Yeah, Cookie's hit scan. I don't know. Maybe he's been playing some support recently. I don't know. Maybe. But no, he's hit scan. At least he was back in the day. No, it's fine. It's fine. We're just collectively gaslighting you. This is all a simulation.
You almost have to play the first corner and then just play for the game. You know what I mean? Like you have to like give up the
He's been hit scan for decades. Yeah. Back in 1996 and the when he initially started in Overwatch, yeah, he was traditionally a support player. Back when the only support you could play was Mercy, actually. Oh yeah, that was a good hold. I'm telling you, that snowball fight from Peps was so freaking tragic, man. It's so hard to retake this point if you don't win that snowball. Thank you, Obscuria. I'm convinced it's something that the internet thing, or maybe it's Twitch, I don't know. It just happens in weird bursts, too. It's fine, like literally totally fine, and then completely gone. I don't understand why. It's fine now. It's been fine for some time. Very healthy. If I tested the upload speed, 37 trillion upload, whatever. So, no idea. I like Genji Sojourn in terms of the DPS combo. But I would have liked some more creativity here, but we're probably not going to get it. That's just a scouting. Are we just going to take the mirror? Probably just going to take the mirror. Frick me, man. Straight lies, the hair is fire. What in the F is your hair? There are two wolves. Though that's a really aggressive Genji angle. You see that from Jwoo? He's way up in there. Yeah, that was a little cheeky. I don't know what that setup was, but did they get a trade here? They could take top left now. They have space. He needs to go top left. Go top left, Vistal. Go top left. Go top left. Sir. Sir. Sir, go top left. Go top left. Go top left. No, go top left. We could have held that angle. If we could have gotten our break up there, like, yeah, then we can have our Juno Soj off angle. Why no Freya? Because she got freaking nerfed, man. Sojourn has always been good. It's just Freya got nerfed and got nerfed hard. You look like you know a good Italian place in your area. I actually don't know. Being gluten-free and enjoying Italian food is like it's a cruel world, man. It's a cruel world. She's also banned. That's true. That's true. But I'm blind, so factor that one in. I actually didn't even talk about the bans. I'm actually so dumb. I do feel like I wonder if the Zen ban was relevant or not. It's probably more of a protect ban than anything else, but still. And also you look at like FD God. You don't want FD God really on. I mean, FD God's fine, but prefer on the main support advantage.
Yay.
Thank you, Mercy Man. I appreciate it. Mad cute. Hair looks terrible. There are two wolves. Mr. Hendricks, thank you for the sub. Do we need to see some Orisa nerfs? I don't know, man. It's so freaking tough. She got some little buffs recently, but I really don't think Orisa's that good. The problem with Orisa is her matchup versus other Brawl tanks is really good. That's the problem. She's good versus Ram. She's good versus Malga. She's good versus Ryan. The only thing that can deal with her is Zarya, who most players aren't very good at, and is also probably not consistently strong enough. No, I have celiac. Relatively mild celiac, but yeah, I had the... It was a very dark day 2 years ago. I was like, frick. I got the test and the... Pretty decent trade there for Peps. All things well, no, actually, no. I'm lying. I'm a bald-faced liar. I don't know what that means, actually. Pull the Joker grin. Eyeliner. Eyeliner.